Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We actually have the president of Malaysia's PropTech Association, Ms. Elizabeth Siew, together with us today. Welcome, Elizabeth. Thank you so much for coming on board.
Thank you, Ernest, for having me.
Now, Elizabeth, can you tell me a little bit about you? I know that you're a lawyer by training. And can you also tell me about how does the legal profession or professional in the legal background get involved in the PropTech Association of Malaysia?
Okay. Wow. I think we have to go back to 4 years ago, right? I was a property lawyer since 1997. That was 2 recessions ago, So 1997, we had a very difficult time during that recession, the Asia financial crisis. During the entire period of 97, 98, 99, and year 2000 was so tough. There was really like no jobs. We were surviving on collection of old cases. So I became the collector of the legal firm back then. Then after that crisis, we had a good 20 years of property bull run. But towards 2014, I start to sense that there is another property downturn coming. And that is when I took some time off in 2015 and 2016 to start to explore solutions. When eventually, if the market is going to come for a correction, what would be the solution for a legal practice as a conveyancer, right? That is when I stumbled across technology, AI, and I had a revelation that one day my job is going to be replaced by machine, by artificial intelligence, right? So we will have lawyer who is a robot sitting in the legal firm working. So in fact, back then there was a case that one legal firm actually engaged a robot to work for the legal firm, and that robot replaced the job of 30 lawyers doing research work and doing like summons and so on. So I was shocked, and then I realized that this is going to come to Asia, is going to come to Southeast Asia and Malaysia. One day, a convincing lawyer may lose their job. So I decided, if that is the case, why not let me start by going into research, and why not let me own the technology rather than being disrupted by technology. So that's how that was a history how I started in 2016, and from then I got to know a lot of startup in Malaysia. A lot of property technology startup. They were doing things like short stay management software, property management software, booking system, sales management system, and so on. That is when we actually gathered together, about 13 of us, and we started this association called Malaysia PropTech Association. It was formed in 2017. 13 of us. And today we have grown to 42.
Wow, that's a big growth in a very short period of
So
time.
actually, we are so shy, we should be into like 3 digit, but we are working hard. Yeah.
Can you tell me what are the goals of the Malaysian PropTech Association? I mean, what are the solutions that they're trying to bring forward to the market?
Right. Well, actually, during that period of time, 2016, 2017, we realized that in Malaysia, most of the real estate stakeholders are not aware of the word PropTech. The level of resistance is still there. So we wanted to gather together to promote awareness of technology for real estate industries, and we wanted to be the voice for all PropTech players in Malaysia, to engage with authorities, with government, regulatory bodies, okay, in Malaysia as well as abroad. Because when we are a startup, most of us were startup. When you're a startup, you do not have a voice. Your voice is so small. No one is willing to open door for you. But as an association, we do have certain a power to open doors for the members. So we wanted that. And of course, we wanted to promote real technology. We wanted to have research and development. And at that period of time, I noticed that most of us, what we had was not tech. We can't even qualify ourselves as tech. We were just IT solution, that is going online. So that's all, So we wanted to have this opportunity to engage with real technology players, maybe even across the board for real lab work, real R&D work. Okay, and of course, lastly is about funding and capital. Most of us were startup. We have no access to fund, so we wanted to have an association to engage with people that has got funding, maybe with private equity fund, fund house, VC, and so on. Working with government like MDEC, like Magic, Trader, to be the bridge between the funding side of the government, link them up with our members. So that was mainly the objective why we started this.
Oh, okay. Can you tell me, with regard to the membership that you currently have, which is I think 42 you mentioned, what are they mainly focusing on in terms of what area of property or what area of the property journey are they focusing their solutions on? Would you be able to share? I mean, is it one company trying to do a few things, or one very specific thing but together from the whole entire cycle?
That's a very interesting way of putting it. In fact, I realized when we first started back in 2016 and 17, most of the players were like property listing platform, like a co-broke platform, a marketplace for property agent to come in, for developer to come in, or rental platform. Okay, rental platform to connect the owner and seller into a platform, or the landlord and the tenant into a platform. Okay. Short stay management, property management system. There are quite a number of them, and some of them were in mortgage technology. Mortgage, okay, basically being a bridge between developer, the buyers, and the banker, okay, and legal technology, of course, bringing contracts online, e-contract, and so on. Unfortunately, when we first started, we did not have any construction tech players in the membership, but today we are starting to have people from the construction tech industry. We are starting to have AI tech in the membership, and also we have VR, AR players. So we are beginning to see like from solutions based to tech to slightly higher tech. So we see the progress, which is quite happy for us to see this. Moving forward, we would like to attract more construction tech players. We have PropTech, but lacking in construction tech, because I foresee that construction is going to be transformed tremendously. Maybe I just share with you because of COVID, because of MCO, we are now facing with two major problems. One is a fulfillment problem. For example, real estate agent or developers, after a sales has been closed, meaning like a booking form has been signed, technically within 14 days or 21 days, the party will have to enter into contract, sign a S&P, tenancy, and so on, right? But because of MCO, this fulfillment was not fulfilled. And now we have real estate agents or real estate practitioners coming to us and ask, can the owner, will the owner has right to forfeit the owner's deposit because of non-fulfillment of the signing of contract obligation? So this is based on paper, black and white. Technically, you have to sign within 14 days. But why is it that you fail to fulfill? Because of the lockdown. So that is something that you have to argue in court, not something as a right. So again, party will have to go to court and tender evidences and so on. Now, on the other side, a more serious problem is brewing up construction. You see, under our Schedule G and H of the primary sales market, if a developer is building a landed property, within 24 months, they need to complete construction and hand over, deliver vacant possession, 24 months. And for high-rise strata property, it is supposed to be 36 months. And over the last couple of years, there were many instances whereby developer who cannot fulfill a 36-month completion period applied to KPKT, the Ministry of Housing, for extension of time. And typically, the ministries, the ministry typically will grant them an extension if the ministry is satisfied that due to technical reason, supported by engineers report and so on, that construction cannot be completed by 36 months. usually for mixed development or development with basement car park, that you need a lot of time to dig and build the car park. Okay, however, a couple of months ago in 2019, there was a federal court case. It was a landmark case, a federal court case. That the federal court actually ruled that the controller of the housing minister, the controller of housing ministry, does not have power and authority to grant such extension. So because of that landmark case, now developer, they are concerned that because of COVID, because of this lockdown, there's no construction worker working. Many projects in Malaysia is going to be built and delivered beyond the 36 months. And because of this landmark case, are all the developers subject to LAD? And it's not their fault. The problem is this. Whenever such a thing happens, developers will usually claim it's forced merger. But forced merger is act of God. COVID-19 is not act of God. So when you go to court, you cannot claim forced merger. So this has been a contention issues between a lot of lawyers. We have two schools of thoughts arguing this point. So in fact, as I know, REDA, being the Developers Association Malaysia, they are actually now engaging with the authorities of government to look into the act, the amendment of the act. We are talking about Housing Development Act and Housing Development Regulations. Potentially, there could be amendment to this to cater to an extension of time, right? But at the moment, it is still a grey area. It's still a grey area. So we are looking at this kind of issues. So moving forward, what I foresee is that this has actually created a propelling reason for the construction industry and for the property developers to seriously look into construction technology, look into precast technology. So in the future, we foresee that houses are not built on site. Houses are built in factory. So you have assembly line, and you have robots. You have machines and robots to assemble. So and we have 3D technology to print. In fact, houses are all modular, probably like modular, like Lego lah. Okay, so we have huge Lego factory, somewhere in Malaysia lah, that build all this, and then you have your trailer bring all this structure to the site. So basically, construction site is to do assembly only, right? Just to assemble. So that could be the direction of construction industries in the future. It's a major transformation now. That's what I foresee.
Okay. Do you see that there's a lot of these, aside from the Construct Tech section, the PropTech section of the members that you currently have with you right now, which area of the customer journey or the property purchase journey are they playing a role in? Yeah.
Okay. As far as the journey is concerned, we should say that it will start from planning, like town planning, development planning. There's one area where there will be a lot of AI, data analytics, and statistics back AI kind of planning for township and so on. And the next chunk of it will be sales and marketing, of course, right? As you know, right now, it is almost impossible for customer to walk into sales gallery. So we are foreseeing like AR, VR way of viewing of properties. Google Street will be widely used. We are looking at online booking system, marketing management system. Of course, lead generation is going to be one major area. Okay, sales and marketing, and the fulfillment part of it. After sales is done, the fulfillment of the sales. Okay, we are talking about mortgage. We are talking about legal contract. Lawyers, how are they going to attend to preparation of contract and signing of contract online? Okay, then once that is done, then the construction part of it, which we have mentioned. Once construction is done, then the management of the property, right? That I believe is going to be equally, online. We no longer walk into a management office to make payment. We are using QR code, right? To make payment. Of course, finally is smart home and smart living. I think there have been a lot of talks over the last 2-3 weeks, that many people are foreseeing that in the future. We foresee that a percentage of our workforce will be working from home, not from office. So the design of homes could be different. The functionality of homes could be different. We are really looking at home plus office, that kind of a hybrid kind of a layout and design, right? So that is the whole journey. And we are quite lucky. We are quite lucky in the sense that all the technologies are already there. Okay, we have artificial intelligence and machine learning with big data, and with that, the machine can predict what is going to happen. What will be the demand of Rawang in 5 years' time? What type of properties? Who will be buying in Rawang? What kind of layout do they want? What kind of pricing? Things like that. And we have AR and VR technology for anyone to view property in like a near virtual kind of way. Of course, we have like IoT for smart home, green home kind of thing, where basically we and our mobile phone are connected to our home, and the devices are all like communicating with each other and with us, that kind of thing. And for cyber security, I think is another big chunk of it. I think Zoom is a classic example that we should learn during this period of time, right? Everyone jump into the bandwagon to look into tech, but how many of us really have the consideration of security, of security breach? So I think that is a huge consideration for all of us, especially when you look at IoT. The moment when you have your mobile phone linked up to your smart lock, to all the devices in your home, the moment all these are actually connected to cloud, the moment it is hacked, your entire house, your home security is breached. Anyone can just walk into your home at 12 o'clock in the afternoon and just get the door open, you don't even know it. So I think cybersecurity is something that probably not on top of everyone's mind, but it is so important.
Yeah. Actually, your initial comment with regard to the parties that will be using this, and obviously because of the amount of information and the access to the information is so prevalent, the question of security is really on everybody's mind, or should be on everybody's mind, because you're literally
unfortunately not.
Yeah, so the thing is that it's not just about coming into your home physically, but you can come into your home. If you have a video camera, someone can tap into the video camera. They can see what you're doing at home unauthorized. There's so many challenges.
Yes, you're so right. Yes, correct. Yeah.
Elizabeth, who's going to be the winner and who's going to be the loser in this game in terms of PropTech?
Okay, let's talk about winners. Let's talk about winner. We are looking at both public sector and private sectors. First, for the public sector, our housing ministry, KPKT, and the local councils, with proper planning backed by by intelligent big data studies and analytics, I think that the local council will be able to plan more to better plan our housing distributions, right? Better plan traffic flow and household head count and so on, and really matches needs with supply, not demand with supply, but needs with supply. All right, that is also the mission and the mission of KPKT. All right, our ministry is supposed to be doing that. All right, to ensure that everyone has got a house that they can afford, to have a roof over their head. That should be the mission, right? And not only that, I think moving forward with technology, ultimately, we are looking at a faster delivery. We're looking at cost saving. So that is something that I'm very passionate about, something that I hold dearly to my heart. Because with technology, we are supposed to achieve not 36-month delivery. We are supposed to achieve 24 months because the structure were already built in the factory. So the moment you sign your S&P, they are basically, we are only sending in trucks and trucks to the site to assemble. Why is it so important? Because it goes back down to servicing of bank loan interest. Imagine now, all of us to buy a house, we need to serve 3 years of bank interest. before we get a key, before we can move in. You see, for investor, I have to pay 3 years of interest before I can even collect the first month of rental. Right? So with that, I believe that over the long run, the cost of construction ought to go down, and houses are supposed to be more affordable. Houses are supposed to be more affordable for people on the street. That is what I believe technology should achieve. Right? Now, on the private sector, we are looking at those stakeholders, the developer, the buyers, the agent, the consultant, the builders, the service providers, the homeowners, and the residents. With technology all in place, it is supposed to create better efficiency. Again, with better efficiency, cost effectiveness is achieved, and property are better managed. And when property are better managed with high efficiency, the value of the property can be maintained. It can appreciate. So that is something that I really look forward to. Okay, then losers. Your second question is losers. Now, I think as in all industries across the board, not only real estate, all industries, I think the first to be disrupted will always be the middleman and the service provider, especially those whose services can be replaced by machines and can be replaced by automation. I think that will be the first segment. So I understand over the last 2 years, many of our friends, in the real estate industries, the practitioners, real estate agents, the licensed one, they are making a lot of noise that with technology, it's going to disrupt their rights goal. They're going to lose their profession and their job. But they are not the only one. What about lawyers? Are convincing lawyers required in the future? I have this question mark in my head too. Are land office runner required? We don't need runners in the future because everything is just done online. What about contractor? Contractor with the Indonesian workers, are they needed? Most probably, it will be the manufacturing plant that will build the houses. Contractors' job or the contractor's contract will probably shrink to what? Assembly line only, assemble on site, right? What about mortgage broker? Do you think the bank will continue to need mortgage broker, or the bank will directly connect to their customer and bypass the bank officer, the mortgage broker? So all these people are very likely to be disrupted. But after having said that, I think we all notice now, right? Who are selling properties? KOL, key opinion leaders, the YouTubers, the Instagrammer, the TikToker. These are the people that are promoting properties. And who pay them? Developers. Okay. But when we really look deep into this, the KOL are not closing sales. They're only merely doing promotion. They are the lead generation. They are the lead funneling process. So if I'm an agent, I will definitely brush up on my negotiation skill, on my closing skills, because we still need human to do closing. I still do not see how an AI or a machine can do that closing part of it. I don't know, what do you think? What do you see?
Well, unless the AI is super advanced and it can really mimic somebody that you think across the internet or across the computer, it looks as though you're chatting with a human being.
Right. But not yet, I suppose. It's not yet. Not yet. So I guess the middlemen need to reinvent themselves and think of where their value is, and really build up their value.
So it does appear to me, Elizabeth, that when you talk about PropTech per se, the PropTech is actually probably a bigger header, and within PropTech there's so many verticalizations below, from FinTech to construction tech to legal tech to services tech after you get the property. There's so many things that's within it. But I guess around it is actually the security feature, because all it takes is just one lapse in all the verticalization, where everything else will be available either in the dark web or completely manipulated.
Right.
So can I ask you, with regard to the role of the PropTech Association right now? It's at, I think, version 2.0.
Right.
Where do you see 3.0 going? And because of COVID, I think the MCO, I think all the digitization plans are now compressed. It now becomes even more important to get it going. So where do you see 3.0 happening?
Okay, I guess it's hard to put a numbers to it. As you know, PropTech 1.0 started way back, many years ago, when we first had a computer, when we first had a programming technique. People will like program software solution to manage commercial properties. So that was like 30, 40 years ago, maybe many years ago. Then we had the first version of property listing platform. It was like advertising, like it's like a web page with a property advertisement, that was the 1.0. Then 2.0 will be our those famous platform for property listing. And today, when you look at them, many of them, they have evolved as well. They have evolved to have AI, to have VR, and so on. Most of us are in PropTech 2.0 at the moment. PropTech 3.0, we are really looking at full digitization. It will be like the entire process end to end, fully digitized, cloud-based, in terms of transactions, in terms of record storage, in terms of archives. So 3.0 will be predominantly blockchain-based, all right, blockchain-based, and digital currency-based. That is what we foresee. So at this point of time, when you talk to Malaysians about using digital currency to transact, and having all the records on blockchain and so on, maybe most people are not ready to accept it yet. I think it will still take a bit of time. So within 2.0, we may still have like 2.1, 2.3, 2.5, 2.8, that kind of
right.
version. Yeah.
So it's not everybody at the same pace.
Not yet. Yeah. Right.
Well, thank you so much for sharing with us your thoughts, Elizabeth, in terms of where the PropTech Association's history comes from, where it is right now, and where do you want to take it forward, or where this industry is supposed to take forward. But I guess one of the things that I wanted to also nail down is, do you foresee that in future, people would probably buy a property digitally? Do you think that will happen or is happening already?
Okay, right. These questions are, okay, depending on the audience that you speak to, depending on the age group, right? I have been talking about property e-commerce. I believe in property e-commerce. I believe it will happen. Of course, not many people agree with me. Probably like half. When I interview a 25-year-old, I get a 50-50 answer. 50% of them say that they can go online and buy a property. Another 50% say they must go on site and see the real thing before they buy. Okay? Now, if I talk to someone that is like 35 years old above, 40 years old above, most of them say that to make a decision on buying a property is a huge decision. So people will not make a decision just online, just look at the property and just buy. Right? Now, having said that, my next question is this. Today, when we buy from a developer, how do we make decisions? We are looking at the 2D leaflet. We're looking at leaflet, we're looking at a show unit, and we make the decision to buy the property. Because most of the developer primary sale, the houses, the apartments are never built, then sell. It's always a piece of empty land. And we are making that purchase decision based on the show unit, believing and hoping that this is how it will turn out. Right? So we just need to change that perspective in our mindset, change it from a paper to an electronic form of paper. That's all. Nothing has changed, in terms of the decision making. It's only the medium. Nothing has changed. So it's only this that needs to change. It's crossing over only. So that's why I believe it's going to happen.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing with us, Elizabeth, your points, your future thoughts, and also what you think is going to happen for this particular industry. We wish you all the very best in your presidency at the Malaysian PropTech Association. And not only that, I also wish you all the very best in terms of engaging more members to participate in that platform as well.
Yes,
because there's definitely strength in numbers. Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks a lot, Elizabeth. Take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye.